Hey yo, divine earthlings of the universe. What is up? What is up? What is up? I do hope that you all are having a good day, good night, whatever time it is for you. Peace, love, light. Blessings to you all, and namaste. So, before I start, I want to put my disclaimers out. I'm not a psychic, I'm just a messenger. I'm here to provide the purest love and light energy from the Most High Creator, my spiritual team, guides, God, Gaia, in the universe, and the purest love and light vibes. So we remove any dark entities, dark energies from this space, evil eye vibes, negativity. We clear it out of this aura field. I protect myself and the divine collectives that are watching the message as well. This is in no way, shape, or form to impose my feelings, thoughts, or beliefs into your life. I am one reader. You may resonate with another reader, which is a-okay with me. Find the reader that is best for you. Keep in mind that your discernment, your free will, and your intuition are all key factors, regardless of what a spiritual message or a collective message may say. Get my incense. If this is any love vibes that come through, I do say he, she, but this could be a male, male, female, female dynamic, or however you identify or resonate with the message. So hopefully no one takes offense to that. Okay, so I channeled some energy. I channeled a lot of energy, wrote it down, and I might do 2 separate videos for it because that's how much it was. So today is August the 6th of 2024. Yesterday was August 5th. I did 2 readings yesterday. I am currently uploading those now. So by the time you see this video, those will be uploaded. One of the videos was about this book, The Power, the 48 Laws of Power. I touched on this book. This was in the one where that reading is titled The Word Power plays a significant part in the spiritual versus physical war that's going on right now. And yeah, you know, a lot of war talk is out. World 3 talk is out. And the thing is really a key ingredient is spiritual and physical, because that's the war. It's a war against spirit, the spiritual beings and the physical beings, the ones that have basically broke free from the matrix, and then the ones that are still trying to spiritual burp, control the matrix or keep the matrix running. So the movie The Matrix, Keanu Reeves, that comes up a lot when I channel energy as well, because it's very significant in this universe. You know, the subliminal messaging that they put out in front of our faces is our reality, and they try to cover it up. It's so crazy. But anyway, so I was being called to put this book out, go to some of the 48 laws that stood out to me. And then I referenced this book as well in that reading, The Power of Numbers, because I bought this about 3 days ago. Wasn't even trying to buy it. Like, I just went to the store with my niece, happened to look at the books, and this one stood out to me. And as I was doing that reading, I realized it also had the word power in it. So this is more the spiritual ingredients, right? Of how the spiritual side of the war, basically. This book to me is more of the physical side of the war. And my readings are not about debates. I'm just having a discussion or channeling this downloaded energy. I'm basically discussing the downloaded energy. So if no one vibes what I'm saying, you don't have to. You don't have to eat the food on the plate if you don't like it. And you don't have to fit that Cinderella slipper if it don't fit. This ain't to force any of that. So if anything I say you don't vibe, I thank you for even watching so far. And, you know, you don't have to continue watching it. So this is an open zone, a free, non-judgment zone over here. Anyway, I'm just referencing these books because that was a deep message. And a lot of things that I channel on my readings are really like high ascension vibes. and high divine love union vibes, and just high personal development vibes. The more we rise into our frequency and cleanse out the impurities of our traumas, those dark, lustful vibes that we all encompass along the way throughout our lives, are things that we've been born into that we have no control of. When we start to self-identify those qualities and realizing like, oh, I am really capable of healing myself through these issues, incidents, relationships, setbacks, whatever they may be, limiting yourself as well, or low self-esteem, low confidence, low self-worth. You are capable to find your purpose, because it says how to manifest your true purpose and finding the meaning in your life. So this is how you would fight that war within yourself, right? Now, this reading, because I did channel some energy a lot, and this whole page too, is like, okay, spirit, I gotta be obedient to the message. So let's start here with my channels and the 48 laws of power. I'll come to that in the midst of it. So at 3:44 p.m. yesterday, August 5th, I heard people sinking into their realizations. Oh, hold on. Well, they are realizing things, but I wrote people sinking in their realizations reality. So they're starting to realize their reality, basically. And I am hearing virtual reality again. That's crazy, because the song Jamiroquai, Virtual Reality, I actually wrote that down over here because I'm hearing it right as I said that. So that's definitely going to connect. And I'll get those lyrics out for those of you who don't know that song. It's like I want to say like a late 90s, early 2000s song, which was really dope. And so people are sinking into their realities. And then I heard, you've always had divine inheritance to the throne like Jon Snow. So that's like referencing Game of Thrones. If you guys have never seen Game of Thrones, Jon Snow, his birthright is very questionable in the show, even to himself. And it's a lot of things that have been hidden about his birthright. But what comes to be known is his divine inheritance. And he starts to uncover his divine inheritance. It's always been his birthright. He's always been the divine source when it regards to the throne. Don't really want to give a lot away for those who haven't seen the show, but the throne is something that is significant to Jon Snow and his bloodline. Okay, and then at 526 is my angel number. 5 is a number of change. 26 breaks down to 8. So infinite change is what I'm receiving. And some of you might have your own spiritual numbers, that how you connect with source, the most high creator. These are my particular numbers. So when I see them, it's like, okay, spirit, you really showing up. What you trying to tell me here? It's like paying more attention to this particular message. So it was 5:26 p.m. when I heard Spirit / the Most High is teaching people a lesson about spiritual manipulation and greed. Now, underlying greed, because a lot of greed is happening in this world as well. It's taking place, and manipulation spiritually and physically. Okay, but there's a lesson with the infants on spiritual manipulation and greed. Okay, and then at 5:53 p.m. I heard the people they invite will be people who will start to invite you. So your divine inheritance basically will receive invites. And not to say that you're seeking these invites. It's like you're going to start being invited places. And these are people that have been invited. So you're getting invited by people who have been invited to places or spaces that you're not around, or people that you're not around, if that makes sense. I'll come back to that possibly, but you're going to start receiving invites of some sort. Excuse me, spiritual burp. That might be another reading on its own. I'll have to highlight that part because that might be another reading. Where's my pen? I'll come back to this one, possibly another reading. Okay. And then at 8:18 p.m., I heard brainwashing / brainwashed. There's a lot of brainwashing going on. And again, that's that spiritual and physical manipulation. But there is brainwashing being uncovered. Okay. And then I heard reclaimed your throne. You're in a sense of reclaiming your throne. And see, going back to Jon Snow from Game of Thrones, I heard gave up the throne. So in a sense, he never cared for a throne. In that particular show, a lot of people don't really care for the throne. He was one of them. He was like more of protecting the wall, the realm. He was about protecting the people. He could care less about a throne and what it was, the titles of it. So he kind of didn't care for it. He demonstrated humility. I needed to write that word down. Hold on, I need to look that up because I want to make sure I am providing that definition. Humility. Okay. And that's the modest or low view of one's own importance, humbleness. Yeah. He was very humble, like a modest or low view of one's own importance. So he was so important to the realm, as being a protector. But he was so humble, he never made himself stand out to be better than others. If anything, he put others first before his own feelings, thoughts, ideas, endeavors, safety. Even he put himself on the line for other people's safety. And so then there's a part that says, for the definition, he needs the humility to accept that their way may be better. See, some people need your humbleness. Your humbleness reminds people to be better people, is what I'm receiving with that. And it's 1:44 p.m. as I say this. The 144,000, like, of the chosen vessels who really choose to walk this path. And you are a chosen one who chooses to walk that path of humility and not expecting anything else or anything less or putting yourself above others. So that's a really good quality that you have about how you identify your individuality, how people see you, how people view you, how you even speak to people, treat people. It really comes across like, wow, this person really has a heart of gold. Like, this person's heart is pure. This person is a rare energy that I'll meet in my life. You don't meet these people every day, okay? You're one of those people. Then I heard corrupted and wicked for power. That's when this book was like, Spirit was like, go to this book. Because I heard corrupted and wicked for power. Like Jon Snow, you see the corruptedness, the wickedness for people who want power, or how people gain power. You see how that is obtained in this world. You see even people, not just on TV or celebrities, politics, and everything like that. You see these people in your everyday life. You see these people that you break bread with, or people that you talk to or every day, or people that you've known in your walk of life in whatever capacity that may be. you see it, even with strangers. Okay, social media, I'm hearing something about social media could get people very corrupted and have a mentality to continue wicked motives towards each other. Social media is like okay, thank you, Spirit Team. I'm hearing social media is a wicked, corrupted gateway for keeping that power to be out there like that. So then I was I was just on YouTube, and a video for Bob Marley or Lauren Hill, I think I was watching something about her, and of course she has kids with Bob Marley's son, Rohan. And so then I saw something about Damon Marley, so I'll start watching Damon Marley, a performance. I love them all. And just to see the magnitude of Bob Marley's kids still living on. Like, this man, he passed away at 36 years old. And he had, I want to say 12 kids. But the fact that his kids even continue, like really all his sons, most of them, or if not all of them, are musicians, are following their father's legacy. And I heard Bob Marley's legacy, and I put an arrow, his family history. I know I got a lot of chicken scratch, but so I'm right here right now with what I wrote. So you're leaving a legacy, your divine inheritance, the fact that you are so humble, the fact that you are such a noble person, the fact that you look out for the people, the fact that you are aware of brainwashing and people who are brainwashed. You're reclaiming your throne, even if you don't actually sit on a throne. Like, let's say the royal family, they have a throne in the royal family. Even if you're not sitting on that throne, you don't have to sit on the throne. You are the throne, okay? And see, you walk here, you don't know. That's why what they say, don't let nobody knock off your crown. You don't allow people to knock off your crown. Before, you used to get up off your throne and overextend and overgive. But again, you have a humble heart. And you used to freely just express your divine inheritance or give it freely. You even allow people to sit on your throne, I'm hearing. You gave people that much leeway to sit on your actual throne, to partake in your divine inheritance, to actually partake possibly in your creative endeavors. Because you were sharing, right? You were sharing this legacy. So Bob Marley never sat on the actual throne, but look at the royalty and the legacy and his history that he's left, that he's inherited for his family. That's the key ingredient right there. It's because he had a humble heart. Now look at his family for years to come, even his grandkids and great grandkids. Like that man, Trenchtown, Jamaica. When you think of Jamaica, I think of my boy Bob, of course, but I also think about Cool Runnings. I don't know if anybody ever saw that movie, The Bobsled Team. I love that movie. When I was younger, it was like, oh, I want to go. And I love the accent. But I was just like, I would love to go to Jamaica. And I haven't been to Jamaica yet. Been to Bahamas and Mexico and some other spots. Favorite spot, I love Puerto Rico, St. Martin, St. Kitts, like Turks, Caicos. Like, I've been to island vibe spots. But I haven't been to Jamaica just yet. So that is coming up. But anyway, just the energy of, when we think about even these islands and other places, because I'm not sure where all the divine collectives or people watching this video are from. I'm pretty sure it's all different walks of life, different states, different continents, different countries. That's beautiful to me, to connect, to reach other people in places that I can't just walk outside and go knock on your door. But we're connected with this device. And that is the positive side of technology. 1944 on the timer. 10. Okay. So technology is a connector in positive ways. However, they're twisting technology to connect us in a more way to create a downfall. That's what I'm hearing. So for me to get this message out, whoever listens to it, whoever hears it, excuse me, I'm just going to say that this is for you. This is for however Spirit, the Most High, puts it out. That's how I'm going to go with it. Whoever needs that. So at 10:55 p.m., I also heard, I wrote this down because I went to the kitchen and I heard my messages have been in alignment with two particular readers that I have encountered on my recent ascensions since last fall. It's two particular readers that I definitely, when I was ascending in this moment, you know, we always go through an ascension. Sometimes we don't even realize we're in ascension until we're deep in it. And, you know, those trigger wounds or whatever trauma wounds are, maybe just self-reflection comes through heavy, and you're placed in hermit, or you're placed in solitude, or you're just, even if you're not in hermit or solitude, your keen eye starts to awaken more, your third eye, all your chakras, or you start to realize certain things that are being exposed to you, and you start to process, or maybe you realize certain people around you that are not who they say they are, or that are the ones to be around you too. So it's like a lot of different parts of ascensions. You know, certain things start happening more, like ears ringing, fatigueness, that happens a lot. So just taking heed to your ascension progress and what's occurring around those times. And sometimes, ironically, you come across people that you need in those moments. These two readers, I did. So Spirit was like, you're in alignment, because certain messages are in the same alignment as mine. So I'm like, okay, that's cool to know. So as I was walking to the kitchen, I heard that. And when I opened the refrigerator, it was some cheese on the side of the door, and it fell to the ground right when I opened the door. And then I heard mouse, like cat mouse chase, but then I heard mouse trap. I'm like, okay, mouse trap. And then I heard Spirit say these people play games of cat and mouse and ended up trapping themselves. So I'm hearing the mice, they wanted the bait. You know, they kept playing, but they got trapped in the mouse trap because they kept playing these games and ended up trapping themselves. I know these are like different messages here and there, so they definitely are going together. I'm gonna bring it all together for those of you who may not understand how it's flowing together. But these are just, again, channel energy that I receive throughout the day, so I always write them down and connect all the dots as I go. So a lot of people have trapped themselves. Okay, thank you, Spirit. That's why, going back to the 344, the first thing I wrote, people sinking in their realizations of realities. That would make sense. Because why? Because Spirit, the Most High, is teaching people a lesson about spiritual manipulation and greed. And a lot of these people have been brainwashed, or they are trying to brainwash others. These spiritual manipulators and greedy people like to have power and brainwash others. And most of the time it's because they themselves are brainwashed to have a throne. And that's why I heard corrupted and wicked for power. That makes sense. Oh, I didn't even see this part. So you reclaimed your throne, like I was mentioning earlier, like Jon Snow. You have a divine inheritance to the throne. But you have so much humility and humbleness, you don't care about that. And you're a walking throne yourself. No one can knock you off your throne. No one can get you off your seat. Like, no one can make you feel as low as you did. Because it was a point in time in your life where you put yourself to feel so low. There was a point in time in your life where you didn't feel like you mattered, like you needed self-validation from other people to feel seen and heard and accepted. I'm hearing examined, but see, you had to examine the ways of other people. Some people that you really looked up to, it's not that, it's like something about their validation meant a lot to you. Some people that looked up to you, or that you looked up to, excuse me, I'm trying to multitasking. But there have been people that you looked up to and possibly didn't realize you seek their validation, because you really thought you saw them as higher, a higher being, a higher source on your spiritual mission. Oh, brainwashing. See, I did hear brainwashing and brainwashed. Some of these people you're realizing could have been spiritual manipulators for brainwash reasons. Possibly. Is, again, this don't fit the shoe, don't fit that Cinderella slipper, okay? If you don't like what the food is saying, you don't gotta eat it. I'm just telling you, you don't have to go with these messages, okay? This is not to impose my feelings, thoughts, or beliefs into your life. We just having a discussion about these downloaded energy. All right. So in that scenario, you realize certain people were corrupted and wicked. And see, you're more focused on a legacy. You're more focused on healing family history, family bloodlines. If y'all start to hear noise in the background, I do have family in the background, speaking of family history. So just so y'all know, if it gets loud. So I thought I was going to do 2 readings, but I think I'm doing good on time. So I'm going to skim through this part as well real quickly, because this was also yesterday and it was getting late at night. So at 11:14 p.m. I heard big mistake, big, like the line from Pretty Woman with Julia Roberts. I don't know if anybody saw that movie. It's another favorite. I love how the movies and music and particular people that I grew up listening to or watching always resonate with my readings. And it's so crazy because a lot of these movies I watched over and over and over again, and I get a lot of channel energy. So Spirit was grooming me then. It's for these moments, for these readings, and I'm so humbled to really connect these to who I am as a reader, as an individual, and just in my creative endeavors. So yeah, I heard at 11:14 p.m. big mistake, big, the line from Pretty Woman. And then I heard never underestimate or judge a book by its cover. Some never thought you were capable to succeed. So that's the line with Julia Roberts. So that movie, she's a known prostitute, okay? That's what the movie's about. And she meets this guy on one of her nights. She never kisses on the lips though. And she tells him that. And they have their night, and he end up liking her, and it's like a casual friendship or something develops, but he doesn't see her as just that. He just wants to spend time with her. So she's like, okay, this is weird. So they start to develop more closely, and he gives her his cash or his money. He's like, hey, go buy you something, go to the store. So when she goes, all she has is her. This is like for a week. He wants her to be with him for like a whole week. So he's like, okay, we'll go buy you some clothes for the whole week. Now she's wearing her prostitute clothes, right? She walks into one of these Beverly Hills high class places, and the lady just disregards her, period. She asks for some assistance. The lady just disregards her, disrespects her, puts her down because of what she has on. So then when she goes back, she tells the guy, he's like, what? Oh, let me call around. We're going to go to one of my stores. So then the next day, she comes back with all these bags. She has a nice outfit on. She goes back to the same store, and she's like, yeah, remember me from yesterday? And the lady was like, I don't recall I do. She's like, yeah, I was the girl that you didn't want to help, or I can't remember line from line. And she was like, she had all her bags. She was like, big mistake, big. I love that line because it's like people look at you on the outside. They don't even know what you got in your bank account. They don't know what your mind is capable of. They don't know what your talents are. They don't know if you can sing, if you got a Whitney Houston voice that's probably higher than Whitney. They don't know if you done met so-and-so, this person, that person, who you connected to. Again, they don't know your bloodline. They don't know your divine inheritance, but they will judge you for how you either look, speak, or what you don't have. Oh, you don't have this, you don't have that. Especially, okay, I did hear social media spirit telling me go back to that. Especially when it comes to social media. You don't have this check mark. You don't have this number of followers. You don't have this many views. You don't have this many posts, whatever the case. Why? Social media does not define who I am. It's the wave of the world. And that's why I heard earlier, technology is great to connect, but it can be that corrupted wickedness that people start to strive. I need this to be seen and heard. And people get on that one accord. And so people will judge you by that. And so her being judged by that, I said, some never thought you were capable to succeed. And she ends up getting into a divine inheritance, basically. That is her birthright because of her humbleness. I saw 3122 on the timer. She has a humble energy that on this movie. And so anyway, 11:22 p.m. I heard some never expected you to outsource them. Exactly. So the fact that people have judged you as a book, by a book by its cover, and that you would never be capable to succeed, you're actually outgrowing and outsourcing them in other ways and other aspects. And see, I'm hearing this is on a low, on a hush. Spirit is like you on a hush because a lot of people are not expecting it. And you gonna burst out when they least expect it. That's what I'm getting. And that was at 11:22. Then at 1:23 p.m. See, 1:23. I saw it as 1, 2, 3. But one, you probably had to step, go back to the beginning more than once, because I did hear. So some never expected you to outsource them. That was at 11:22. Then I continued it at 11:23. And I said, because you always had to repeat steps and start all over again back at 1. So maybe you always had to repeat a step, or divine collective ain't getting ahead, so they not gonna ever succeed. They'll never amount to anything, or they'll never finish that business endeavor. They'll never travel over here. They'll never have kids. They'll never, whatever that they feel. And so that's why they never expected you to outgrow or outsource them. Whether it be creative endeavors, personal endeavors, business endeavors, whatever endeavors. And this can apply to a lover, a bond, close bond that you have, business, stranger, a family member, whoever this connects to. Y'all, again, use your discernment, or however it resonates. And if it don't resonate, it just doesn't. So then I heard your success will start out alone, but you are far from lonely. With this success, like Bob Marley, he was one man. He was moving this movement alone, but along the way, he was like a real introvert too, but he was very extroverted. But I'm getting more so, he did this mission alone, but he wasn't lonely. If he was alive today, to see his legacy and where it's gone, oh my gosh. He probably, spiritual burp. He probably felt like he was alone at certain times, trying to prove it. But to see his kids and his grandkids expand and continue the movement of his legacy, I'm pretty sure that man is smiling, crying tears of joy, proud of his family. He was never alone. Spirit was just cultivating him to feel like, it seems like a tough battle when you're a chosen vessel. He was like, I do feel he was chosen for the mission to connect love and university diversity to mankind, and more so to his people. His people were always overlooked, overshadowed, and forgotten about in a lot of cases, and he brought awareness to that as well. So to know that his legacy is being honored the way it is, his bloodline is being recognized for who they are, it's just beautiful. Again, you're succeeding in that way with your bloodline. So then I heard Virtual Reality by Jamiroquai. Okay, so all these things happen, and we are virtually connected, being with the devices that we're using, even with music, the radio, TV, the frequency. I'm hearing when you are trying to get the tune on a radio, the antenna, that's what I'm hearing, antenna. Okay, and I just scratched my head. So it's like your crown chakra. Again, no one can knock you off your crown because you are the walking throne. That's your antenna. That's your that's your source. And see, your crown chakra is how you are outgrowing and outsourcing other people. Okay, Spirit, I see what you're saying, because his mindset, Bob Marley, even your own mindset, that your throne, your crown chakra, no one can receive those downloads but you. And that's how you outgrow and outsource people, because you're actually highly in tune with the frequency of the Most High Creator. And you're in tune with the frequencies of all your chakras. It might not always be peachy, creamy, happy dory, rainbows and butterflies every day, because your chakras can definitely get thrown off, but you are more in alignment than people, like I heard earlier, that you even spiritually looked up to. So you're like a virtual reality out here. People never thought to see you succeed. And then I'm hearing you see things virtually. Hence, you see what's painted to project as reality, but it isn't real. All right. So that's what I was trying to get to as well. You see things virtually, hence you see what's painted to project. Like when we think about virtual, it's like a projection. And you see what's painted to project as reality, but it isn't real. That's why you have like a virtual reality. Even with the little game system, you put that on your eye. Oh, I'm in a whole different space. But if you take that off your eyes, the reality is you just standing right in your room. Okay? And I heard that's why you are able to disconnect the way you do. So that's why you're able to disconnect from people the way you do. You don't put those virtual lenses on all day. You know how to disconnect and reconnect when you're supposed to. At 11:27 p.m. Oh, Smurfs. Now that's going to be a whole different reading. I heard the Smurfs and I looked up the TV show info. And it says, and I as I was reading the definition and just the show overview, I heard we have been brainwashed since youth. And that's where the word brainwash came from again. Because the meaning of that show and the characters and all of that, that's going to be another reading, definitely. So we're going to come back to the Smurfs. But it's basically being brainwashed by TV shows since youth. My particular generation in general. 11:33 p.m. I heard you're here to be the proof and not to sugarcoat vibe / energy. Some people may not like you. Yeah. Some people may not like you for that. That's going to be okay. Some people are not going to like you. I did want to go to this power book because people have greed and power. Let me see. This Law 18, do not build fortress to protect yourself. Isolation is dangerous. Now, in those that go in hermit, you isolate. You cleanse. But see, they're saying that don't do that because it's dangerous. don't build a fortress to protect yourself. So that's why with this book, this is why I feel like it's more of the physical vibe of the war. Because it's very manipulating. Like, it's very testy. It's like, okay, do I not? How do I thought we were supposed to protect ourselves and protect our aura, our peace. But this is telling me, Law 18, not to isolate myself from those things. And I know it could be like a catch-22 of why. I haven't read the whole book, but I'm going to read the overview of this part, because this is going to be my first time reading it as well. So let's see. The world is dangerous and enemies are everywhere. Everyone has to protect themselves. A fortress seems the safest, but isolation exposes you to more dangers than it protects you from. It cuts you off from valuable information. It makes you conspicuous and an easy target. Better to circulate among people, find allies, mingle. You are shielded from your enemies by the crowd. So it's like literally putting yourself out there into danger. That's pretty much what it's telling me, or how I'm taking it. So it's like, this is what the physical mind, or those who again want power, do. They think it's best to be amongst people and find their allies and mingle, even if they're mingling with dangerous people or enemies. They still feel like it's the best thing to do because it's helping them stay in the know. Let's see. Because it says isolation exposes you to more dangers than it protects you from. But listen, when you are in hermit, you are becoming spiritually enlightened. You're in isolation. Sometimes spirit will just put you there. And you are exposed to more realizations. Going back to my notes, you're exposing to more realizations of reality, and that could be dangerous because you're starting to see people for who they are and things for what they are. You no longer sleep to the matrix, like I said earlier. So I'm gonna say this is how they fight the spiritual, because spiritual battles are won sometimes, or most of the time, in hermit or by yourself. So this is kind of deterring people to not be in hermit or isolate themselves. Again, I'm picking that up because of what it said. And I'm going by, I know divine collectives, not even myself, but I know some others who go into hermit. And even in traditional tarot, hermit is getting enlightened. So this book is very kind of misleading in certain ways, but it's also very, very dope with some explanations as well. So it's like you got to decipher. And you, when you highly woke, you know the trick of the enemy. Okay, and see, okay, thank you, Spirit. Going back to Julia Roberts, that's why she was cloaked as, you know, they judged her on the outside. They didn't know who she was. See, you know who you are to where you can pick up all these laws and decipher each and every one and know what they're trying to do, even if it's not these laws, but just in general. You know how to obtain your power, your spiritual power. And people actually want spiritual power. Spiritual power is higher than physical power. It's a higher source. Again, you know how to, you've outgrown and outsourced a lot of people with your spiritual power. So to keep people's spiritual power unlocked down, we gonna put this out in a physical mankind form, physical realm form, because a lot of mankind is sheeps out here. They still sleep. And everybody want power, right? The trick of the enemy, right? So this reading, I am going to get a message really quickly, and I'm going to get a joke. Spirit tell me go to my joke. I had got these joke cards just to lighten up the mood for my readings, because they begin kind of deep. 44 on a timer. And I do want to, like, at least lift up, keep it uplifted. and see if it even resonates with the message. So anyway, we're gonna get a joke card. All right, Spirit Team, what we got? Yeah, the world needs to laugh. This is so heavy. The energy is so tense and dense and like dark and negative in a lot of ways. It's like, where's the laughter at? Thank you, Spirit Team. Knock, knock. Who's there? Control freak. And then it says, okay, now you say control freak who? Look at this. That goes back to people want to control, empower, and being corrupted. Because it's like they trying to knock on your door or not and not be exposed. Yeah, they're trying to like conceal who they are behind the doors, what I'm hearing. Because it says knock, knock, who's there? Control freak. And then on my side, I'll say, okay, now you say control freak who? Control freak who? Either way, it's like I'm getting more so people like to make it seem like they're not in control. And again, it's like that spiritual manipulation. They try to twist things so you can think that they're not trying to obtain all this control, but they're really concealing the fact that they're a control freak. Look, I sued the airport for losing my luggage. I lost my case. They losing their case out here. They trying to sue people, but they losing the battle. Yep. Why did the gym close down? It just didn't work out. A lot of stuff ain't working out for these people. They could have power, because look, why did the gym close down? The gym is getting your power up, getting your stigma, your muscle up. You know, being able to be the macho, I'm hearing macho man, kind of big man on campus kind of vibe. But it said it just didn't work out. They lost their suitcase, or they lost their case, and it didn't work out. Even though they tried to have all this control, it just still didn't work out. So let's see the card that actually fell out. My dog ate all the scrambled tiles. He kept leaving messages around the house. So, Spirit, the dog ate all the Scrabble tiles. He kept leaving messages around the house. So, Scrabble is that game, that word game. Spirit is saying people are leaving clues and traces of their corruptness, of their wickedness. And see, you and people are leaving clues and traces that they want to sit on the throne. They would do anything for that throne and have that control. But they're messy. And then I'm hearing they're delegating things to other people that are messy. So this throne that they sit on, they're giving other people power to delegate. And the people that they're giving power to delegate out their duties or whatever this is are messy kind of people. And they leaving traces about their mess or all around the house. And that's why it's not working out. I'm also getting that people are realizing that nothing is working out with particular people. Look at this. Did you hear about the mathematician who's afraid of negative numbers? He'll stop at nothing to avoid them. So people are negative energy. People trying to put out numbers, or they want to see their numbers go up, maybe views, comments, likes, subscribers, blah, 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 or just their number of dollar signs in a bank account, or number of people around them, number of material wealth, whatever this may be. And they'll stop at nothing. But see, Spirit is saying some people that have accumulated these things are now trying to avoid these particular people, or dial back on having more than what they need. Some people I'm hearing some people are being humbled down. Again, Jon Snow, some people, your humbleness that you put out, that you don't get off your throne, you don't allow nobody to get you off your throne with negativity, or you don't do tit for tat. You're so humble. It's making these other people out here that wanted this control, that you personally knew. This is like people that you may personally know. It's making them become more humble on their own missions or whatever this is. Okay, and then we're gonna end this reading. We at 50 minutes. I thank y'all for sitting with me so long. Yeah, you're seeing clearly now. This is why you see clearly. You're seeing everything clearly because you're divinely protected children. You're a divinely protected child of the Most High, right? Because you have divine mission work to do. You're out here to protecting the realm. Again, you Jon Snow. You're the protector of the realm as you do your divine mission work. Spend time at altar is showing up. Your spirit, yep, unexpected income. Your divine inheritance. I'm trying to tell you. Spiritual court is showing up. Let's see here. People are in regret. Some of these people are in regret who had wanted to have control. Some people are in regret for wanting to have control. They're pathological liars. A lot of people are being exposed for being liars as you're being initiated. Your initiation into your spiritual path is also exposing these people. Big mistake. Big. Like I heard Julia Roberts. You have a lot of God-given talent. And see, these people are going to spiritual court for lies. Look, because you're the spiritual general. This card, I love that this card shows up. You a spiritual general out here putting these liars and manipulation people into spiritual court. Yes, divine inheritance. You a spiritual general. This is your divine inheritance. I cannot make this shit up. Thank you, spiritual team. Your divine inheritance is coming through with your God-given talent. It's your initiation. These other people are in spiritual court for trying to control. And it, thank you, spirit team. Because look, I sued the airport for losing my luggage. I lost my case. These people lost their case. It's because they've been lying out here. And it just didn't work out for them. No matter how strong and mighty and powerful these people think they are not in regret. Yep, they are not in regret. Because this spiritual general, they done crossed the wrong one. And they crossed the Most High. People forget that the Most High is in charge. Do people really forget that the Most High is in charge? Because apparently they do. Okay, one more message, Spirit. Then we're going to end this reading. If you guys ever want to get in touch with me, my email is in the description. I do not have messages on or comments on my posts. Look at this. In prison. I cannot make this shit up. People are in prison, but they want to return. You got people who want to return to you. 2 cards fell out. Look, sweatshop and ancestor protection. You've been protected from people. You've been working so hard. You've been protected as you've been working so hard. But I'm also hearing you've been protected against people who wanted you to work hard. But see, okay, spirit. Okay, and I'm seeing divine inheritance. So your ancestor protection, this is like sweatshop. Like I'm getting like your ancestors worked so hard to protect their bloodline. Kind of like Bob Marley. He worked so hard. He put his blood, sweat, and tears into his legacy, into his divine inheritance. Oh, okay. He put his blood, sweat, and tears into his God-given talents. He worked so hard. So, like your ancestors before you, that's why they said spend time at the altar. They have worked so hard for their family to receive their unexpected income, and for you to be on your divine mission work. See, you've raised into your ranking. See, this is what I'm receiving. You've been spiritually initiated into your divine mission work as a spiritual general, because they worked so hard for you to become a spiritual general, your ancestral team. See, and you're the one that they chose to carry out this divine inheritance with your God-given talents or whatever this is. And this is like the same little girl. I mean, you could be a guy too, or however you identify yourself. But look, it's like the same little girl to me. She grew up. It's like, okay, my ancestors protected me. I was spiritually initiated. And now I am walking my divine mission. That's beautiful, yo. Because they work so hard. And that's why Spirit is protecting you. That's why you were a divinely protected child. Look. So you worked hard for your divine inheritance. And Spirit is like, these people over here in spiritual court, and they've been in prison. They done lost the case. And I'm going to end it there. Some of these people want to return to you, though, because you got a lot of new endeavors coming your way. Yep. Look, wealthy man and wealthy woman. Just can't make this shit up. This is your divine inheritance. And look, the high priest showing up. Ooh, wait, because you graduated. I cannot. This is beautiful. The high priest showing up. Yep. Okay. These people are experiencing karma, trying to seek spiritual guidance. Anyway, I'm going to stop it there, though. The high priestess showed up, too, though. I love this. The high priestess is showing up, too. Because you got people experiencing financial karma because they were greedy. They were control freaks. But see, new things, they wanted a lot of new things that came fast to them. And now they're trying to seek spiritual guidance, possibly from you, because you are a high priest and you're a warring angel, and the high priest is showing up. So I'm gonna leave it there. These people feel lost. See, you, Jon Snow, got your divine inheritance, your birthright, because you're a high priest, high priestess, because you're humble. And it was a big mistake, for these people to overlook you or have all this control. So this energy keep coming out with these messages. But people are seeking to you, divine collectives. Your healing is healing others, and spend more time at your altar. Give thanks to your ancestors. Thank them for their hard work and determination. And they chose you. A lot of your ancestors have chose you all. That's why you're able to get through all these hardships, all these setbacks, all these knockdowns. But it's a beautiful thing. You have new stability coming your way. A new home, whatever this is, even with the new car energy. But see, you had to get stable and grounded before things rush in. And now things are starting to rush in for you. These people went straight to let's rush it in, and we might won't be losing financial karma along the way. They've been in prison. They're mentally in prison too. If it's not a physical prison, it's a spiritual court. They spiritually in prison. Yeah, this is crazy. They lost their case. Anywho, see, they lost their case because they left all the crumbs. Didn't I hear mousetrap? I did hear mousetrap earlier. They kept playing that cat and mouse chase, and then they got trapped. They trapped themselves. So I'm gonna leave it there, divine collectives. Thank you so much for listening to their message. If it didn't resonate, don't force the fit. But I do hope that you all have a good day, a good night, whatever time it is for you. Peace, love, light, blessings to you all. Namaste. Thank you.